Welcome to this week's episode of Aiding Your Game. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification button if you want to enjoy more of our content as we post. We're going to be adding a lot more starting this week, so we look forward to sharing our videos with you. This week we're going to be talking about virtual gaming. I'm going to be showing you how I do my setup to virtual game, especially because that's become more and more normal throughout 2020. So let's jump into it. "2020 has been challenging for the tabletop community when we're so used to meeting in person to sit down together and enjoy this hobby that we love. Having to change all that and do more and more virtual has been really struggling. For me especially, there's nothing I like better than meeting up with friends and families, playing a game in person, sharing over some of our game aids, looking over maps, improvising together and telling that story. One thing that I've found in setting up a virtual space so that I can center myself and be prepared for the games, I'm hoping to share with you this week so that maybe you can take it away and find more enjoyment in your virtual tabletops. Of course, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And first, we're going to talk a little bit about how to get ready for that game night in a virtual space. Let's jump into that, and then I'll show you my setup and love to hear your feedback on that as well. So if you're getting ready to or currently enjoying virtual role-playing, let's look at some of the things you need to do to center yourself, be engaged with the story, and have a positive impact to that story. Here are my suggestions on the best way to experience your games virtually. Have plenty of room. Your setup may require items like maps, books, and resources, as well as any accessories or electronics you use in-game. Be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you won't be having fun and immersing yourself. If you are comfortable, you're going to be more engaged and create a more engaging experience for the others at your virtual table. Reduce distractions. Choose an area where you can focus on the table. Allowing yourself to be immersed in your game will lead to better role play, efficiency of play, and more enjoyment of the experience. Avoid areas where there is lots of traffic, other electronics, and high volume. Here's a look at my setup. I'm virtually gaming at our breakfast table. Since my den is currently set up for painting minis, this allows me to keep my painting materials consistent and organized, since I paint more than I game. I place my battle mat centered on the table, where I can access it easily to move miniatures, draw and erase lines, and indicate character minis for reference. This is the main screen shared with the players, so having a free and unobstructed view for them is very important. I use my laptop to game with and position it so the webcam can be focused on the mat. I can toggle the camera to face me during more narrative points in the game. This allows my players to have the primary screen focused on the mat and gives a set position for me to display other game aids. I set the mood with the playlist on the phone. It's nearby so I can toggle music and ambient sounds, and the speaker is close to the microphone on my laptop. This makes it easier for everyone to hear and easy for me to control. I have my pad nearby so I can access chat and online resources. This allows me to have one-on-one conversations with the players, group nudges, and more, while also letting me access items online if I need to look something up for a quick reference. Additionally, I have images in a photo gallery ready to send to the group if I need to. My resource books are also nearby. Quick reference is moments away, and this allows me even more depth should I need to add in creatures, effects, look up any rules or reference charts or examples. While I never have all of my resource books here, I try to cover the basics with my top 3 or 4. Finally, I have all my campaign notes and blank paper. Using input from the players as they play the session, I take notes on what had good, bad, or indifferent reactions to take away from the session and help me make the next session planning even better. This also lets me track anything I've had to make up on the fly, from NPC names and motivations to items the PCs found in places I didn't expect them to look and had to create improv. Notes can be reviewed and stored digitally, as well as used in future session planning. There's nothing like having an impromptu NPC become a recurring character due to PC interactions, like Olgoff, who was on his way to the market to buy turnips and ended up being a minor villain when he was treated like a criminal by the heroic PCs, who thought the way he darted his eyes about along the way made him look suspicious. In the game, he was merely concerned about the Thieves Guild, which was a major burden on the townspeople, who would steal his last 2 coppers before he could feed his family. But by keeping some notes, I was able to use this meager peasant to break away and seek out some form of vengeance against the haughty characters who thought they could interact with the citizens with impudence. Well, that's my virtual setup. It's not a whole lot different from my in-person setup. However, it isn't ideal for me because I do really crave that in-person environment. I love to be able to be more reactive to players' gestures and just feeling the emotions. However, I think I've done a pretty decent job with making do into a virtual gaming system. Again, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below, and help me grow this channel by making sure you subscribe, like, follow, and share. Of course, any comments that you leave below, we hope will answer our key tagline question of where will your adventures take you? Enjoy.